And we're live. Hi, so I'm your host, Freedom, and we're here today. We have T-Von and Gospel. What you all say hello, be friendly.
Well, Freedom.
Hello,
Hello.
Tavon here.
Okay. So today we have some exciting news. We're actually going to be talking about some new updates with Gundam Battle Operations Code Fairy. It's going to be released on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 November 4th. As for the gameplay, it's actually, T-Von, you should know a little bit about it. It's standalone, isn't it?
So this game is a third-person shooter. I would go by. Gives you the opportunity to dismount or disembark from your mobile suits. So how's it set up? Usually, the more centrally focused battles are called normal battle. So that's when you have 2 teams of 5 or 6. It rotates constantly throughout the day, so you just gotta stand by for that. So you have 2 teams of 5 or 6. You guys can choose between a vast array of mobile suits. I don't know the exact number right now, but I'm pretty sure it's over 100 now at this point. So we have the 3 different classes. We have the supports, we have the generals, and we have the raids. Raids being much more assault-based, more melee-based usually. Generals are more mixed, and then we have supports. The general team setup, because there's, as you know, every game that has team play has a meta. It's 2 generals, 2 supports, or 2 raids. If it's on teams of 5, then it's 1 raid, 1 support, and 3 generals, usually how it goes. And you guys basically can capture command posts by getting out of your mobile suits. And then you can also call in strikes, or air strikes, based on how many command posts you guys have captured. Game is pretty fun, it's pretty fluid. Compared to the first game, it's a lot more fast-paced. You can connect melee combos and stuff like that, and you can use strategic techniques, because there's a what you call it, a stun animation when you get hit by certain types of weapons, and you can kind of use that, for example, to keep stunning someone and attacking a person so they don't get a chance to get invincibility frames. So stuff like that is pretty good. It's a very team-based game.
Now to cut you off, though. My bad, by the way. You are talking about Gundam Battle Operations 2, just the game itself.
I am.
Okay. So with the new, it's not even really an update though, isn't it? It's really a its own game, right? And I don't think it's free. I think you have to pay. You're Canadian.
So for Code Fairy, I believe Code Fairy is going to be paid for sure. It's not free. I know there's different packs. I know there's the regular pack and there's a deluxe pack, but I think the regular pack just gives you some credits and a few doodads here and there, like new emblems and stuff for your PlayStation Network profile and all that. And you think you get one mobile suit, but you get another mobile suit from one of the characters of Code Fairy when you get the deluxe edition.
Okay, and I do know that when it comes to Code Fairy and Gundam Battle Operations 2, they're intertwined. So if ordered for you to get things unlocked in Battle Operations 2, you have to do some missions on Code Fairy. And if you want to get some things off of Code Fairy, you got to get some things down on Battle Operations 2. And that's what I understood, at least from what they advertised.
Yes.
All right. It's not bad. And for those who don't know what Code Fairy is, Code Fairy, or Mobile Suit Gundam Battle Operations Code Fairy, tells the story of the Noisy Fairy, which is a secret unit led by Alma and under direct control of Cecilia Sabi of the Principality of Zeon. It's a secret unit led... I already read that. During the 1-year war, the unit struggles to break through the North American continent. The game features top-notch action, a battle of Mobile Suit Gundam Battle Operations 2, while providing a deep and exclusive side story for both fans and newcomers alike. Alright, I like the sound of that. Explore the world of Code Fairy as an unbreakable bond are formed in the midst of the brutality of war. War's brutal, and that's the thing. We both, T-Von, you're in service, I'm in service as well. We both know that it's hard work. It's hard work. I think that's another reason why I definitely admire Gundam a lot more now than than probably was in my youth, per se.
Yeah, they're definitely it's definitely good that they're coming back to the West and they're trying to actually give us more Gundam products now, because there was a little bit of a hiatus going on there. I know they're trying to step their foot in the door with the release of Gundam Versus. They did a good job of releasing Gundam Versus Extreme Maxi Boost on,
Well,
and that was a pretty good one. So I think that got a lot of people back into the game. Yeah, hopefully this will lead to more options for us for physical games in the future, because it's been a bit too long since we've got something other than the Versus game in the West.
And the thing about that, though, Gundam Battle Operations 2 has been out for a while. And the West didn't get it till what, like a year, maybe 2 ago? Give or take? About 2 years ago?
I think, yeah, we had the 2-year anniversary just recently. That's when they gave out the Zeta Gundam and a few free stuff. Wow. First time around, they gave us a free RX-78 and all that, and a bunch of mobile suits. So, yeah, it's just going to get, probably, I'm assuming this year they're going to give us double Zeta on the third year. And then next it's going to be new Gundam. After that, it's going to be, they're going to keep giving us the main character.
Yeah, and
Gundams or mobile suits.
It's definitely a team-based kind of game. That's one thing I really like about it. It's definitely teamwork. You got to have the communication. Even if you don't have a means to communicate directly to your teammates, they do have like a little options on the chat in the bottom if people do pay attention to that. Like, hey, I need help, support me, or hey, I'm displaying the bomb.
Yeah, those things were actually very crucial.
Yeah, those things are very crucial, yeah. Yeah. But man, what about that live action movie?
You know what? I honestly don't know too much about when it's coming out. All I know is that they've...
What do you think, Kodo?
Sorry?
Or Gospel?
Well, yeah, I know they've just... I don't think so. I don't think it's going to be like the last one.
It'll be another G-Savior.
Nah.
It'll be G-Savior Part 2.
All right, look, here's what I got for it. So the live-action Gundam, it's going to be made by Lionsgate. Now, they made some pretty decent movies. They made Pacific 1 and they made Pacific 2. They also made, I believe they made, The Dark Knight with Batman, with Christian Bale. So the director is Jordan Roberts, or, I'm going to butcher his name, but I'm just going to stick with Jordan Roberts. He's actually the one who directed Call of Skull Island. So, and the writer is Brian K. Vaughan. Now, Brian K. Vaughan, he's apparently a really well-known comic writer. Like, he's won awards. So it seems like they're really, trying to get a tight cast on this. Like, they're very careful who they're picking, because Sunrise, they said themselves, like, it's pretty much our call. You guys are making the movie, but not without our final say so. So basically everything that they're doing, they have to go through them. Now in a way, I have my hopes up for this. The only thing I'm worried about is the contract is through Netflix.
Is it?
Yeah, it's through Netflix. And we all seen Death Note on there. You didn't know that? So, and that's why the Sunrise is being very careful, because when Lionsgate approach Sunrise, they're like, hey, we want to make a live-action Gundam movie. Sunrise is like, well, we seen Death Note. So, I mean, they didn't actually say that, but I'm pretty sure, behind closed door they may have. But basically, they're like, if you're making this movie, every decision that's being made has to go through us. So, which I like, they're trying to protect their product. And there's nothing wrong with protecting your product.
That is very fair.
Yeah. So, and in a statement, in an article, it says that successive titles of Mobile Suit Gundam series have dissipated human drama through conflict, love, and clashes among pilots of humanoid weapons known as mobile suits. Hence, the live-action Gundam project follows their footsteps, Sunrise said in a statement. So it sounds like Sunrise has a lot of control over this project. And
making live action.
Huh?
So people just need to stop making live action.
I don't.
At most, make it CGI. I'll take that now.
Okay. What do you think, TiVo?
I think I agree. I think there's much more direction, design freedom when just making the whole thing in CG or something, or just making a high quality 2D animation like the anime traditionally. I don't think there's a problem with that. Like just like how you see the quality of like the new translation Zeta Gundam movies versus the original ones. Like you see the animation quality is insanely high.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's better. Personally, I feel like we can't capture the fantasy world when we try to make it look live action, because live action ends up taking away from the initial design, the atmosphere of what Gundam looks like. I don't know. It just seems kind of weird. It's kind of like how Emma's Igloo doesn't seem as visually appealing as watching Gundam: The Origin, in my opinion. Sorry. Like it's just like it's one. I like the 2D anime style, but if they get the high budget and they do a good job with the animations and stuff, they get a team that makes models as high quality as like the Transformers and all that.
They better have a Sawano track on there. I better hear Hiroyuki on the track.
That'd be cool.
If I don't, we gonna have an issue.
Well, one thing I like about this is that Sunrise has much say so over this project. So it's not like Death Note where, like Kira was like what? Like he was a badass. Like he was like, you know what? I'm just going to open up this book. And like he wasn't scared of death. He wasn't scared of him. And then when the movie came out, when he first met him, I mean, spoiler alert, but like when he first met him, he's like, hey, and he's like, like crying and just like running away from this guy. So they really kind of killed his character in a way for Kira and Death Note. But with the direction, like Sunrise has so much say so over this. That's what's giving me hope. Mm-hmm. And with that, I'm kind of hoping, like, because of that, they're going to maintain their product. They're going to make the right decisions because, this is something that, I mean, so as long as they're not, actually now I'm thinking about it. Did they confirm it was like a Bill Fighters or UC? I think they're sticking with UC. Actually, let me look. As quoted by Sunrise in a statement, successful titles of Mobile Suit Gundam series have, so it talks about humans' dramas through conflict, love, and clashes among pilots of humanoid weapons known as mobile suits.
All I know is it doesn't come out like Unicorn.
Or Igloo. I think Igloo is very underrated.
Igloo was good.
Igloo was
but
very
it wasn't
good.
that good.
I think the animation really threw people off.
Bro. Nah, bro.
It was a good try, honestly.
It was a great try. I really think that
like Thunderbolt animation, Unicorn animation, like anti-narrative animation. Hathaway's Flash was fire.
Yeah, yes, and that's crazy because that actually went through Netflix Studio. It was produced by Netflix. Right. That is crazy. That's what we need.
That's all we need. I'm excited for The Witch of Mars. That's what I'm curious.
What was that last
all
part?
The stuff that's coming out. I said of all the stuff that's coming out, the thing that I'm excited about is The Witch of Mars.
Yeah. Huh. For sure, the second movie, because it's going to be a third-part movie. I know how it ends.
Well, that's and I don't want to. It's going to be a series.
Yeah, well, it's going to be a 3-part. It's going to be a 3-part movie series. Like it's going to be a trilogy, like they did with the Godzilla. I know how this. I mean, I read the manga, a little bit of it, anyways. But I know how it ends, and I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to spoil anything. But I gotta say, it's great, and I really think the movie is portraying it so well, and especially like whenever there was a scene. I'm not gonna, like I said, spoil it, but there was a scene in there where you could actually see the point of view of the people on the ground running away from mobile suits in combat. And I really think they killed it. Really awesome. What do you think, Devon? You seen that, right?
I don't think so.
No, but you seen the movie. You never seen Hathaway's Flash?
The scene you're describing did not ring a bell. Wait, Hathaway's Flash. Yes, I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah, that's the one that came on Netflix. Yeah.
Yep.
Whoops.
Oh my
That shit was
gosh.
fire though.
That was actually a really good
Right.
movie.
It
The
was
storytelling
really
was
great
actually
movie, yeah.
pretty on point.
And the thing is, like, they didn't show, they just tell. You know what I mean? Like, they went more with story, and I really do like that. They really did. They kind of balance it out with the action and the story of the whole thing.
I'm just mad how it ended. How that movie ended itself. The cliffhanger
Yeah.
was way too hard.
Yeah, it went way too hard for the way it ended. I get what you're saying, but I mean, either way,
Like-
it was just building itself up to the second movie.
The second movie.
Yeah,
is,
but the
big
second
shoes
movie
to fill.
isn't coming out for a long time. Like, you know,
Couple
like
of years.
the way it came out and the way it ended.
And it was delayed
theaters,
too.
It's supposed to come out next year.
Yeah, it's been delayed too. Remember? They delayed it.
Wait, what?
They delayed it.
Supposed to come out
The
next
first
year,
movie.
second-
No. The first movie. Like whenever they announced it, they delayed it
Oh, okay.
because of the pandemic. And let's move on to this because Kodo, I know you are so excited. Whenever we were talking about this, you were like a fan, like like.
Better not be some bullshit.
No, so we're going to be talking about Super Robot Wars 30.
Oh, you mean what came out? Coming
Yeah.
out tomorrow?
It's actually coming out tomorrow, yes. It's actually going to be coming out on Steam. So if anybody out there, they're not paying me to say this, I got to say that as a disclosure because it's very important. I do like Super Robot
Bruh,
Wars.
They put Dan up Thursday, bro.
Yeah,
They
I know.
put Gun X Swords Dan up Thursday. Bro, I can't get over this.
Yeah, Gun X Swords, Knights and Magic, Gundam, Code Geass. Man, so much more.
Speaking of Knights of Magic, start reading
Yeah.
again.
For Gundam, I know
Yeah.
New Gundam, RX, Zeta, Victory, Code Geass, even like from the latest movie that just came out for Code Geass. I mean, it's been out for a couple years, but yeah, all that's going to be added in there. So, Tavon, you like the Super Robot series?
I never watched it.
You never played it?
No, the series itself. Okay.
Like a Super Robot series or like Super Robot Wars thing? You're
It's
talking
Super
about?
Robot Wars.
And that's just the game, right? Is there a show for that? Because I don't think I put myself in. I haven't really immersed myself in that.
It's
that
like
realm.
it's multiple shows in one game. So like Code Geass, Gundam, Knights and Magic, Gun X Sword.
Oh, super. It's kind of like
It's kind of like
what it was called.
SDG Generations games.
Except it's a mixture of different franchises.
Just a mixture of different franchises, yeah.
Okay. No, I have not played Super Robot Wars or seen anything of it. It's not my because that's like the strategy turn-based one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not my bread and butter, man. I like
Not
the
your bread
I
and
like
butter.
the third-person action.
You like
Yeah,
a first
I
person.
want to get in there. I want that mobile suit to hack when I press that
Yeah,
triangle
I
button.
Ooh.
I
want to
remember.
shoot when I press
Yo,
the
you
square
remember? It was like the one that was on PSP, bro. That one was fire.
Oh, Battle Assault. Or no.
G Generation Overworld.
It was kind of like
It was Overworld. G Generation
No, not even
Overworld.
that
That
one.
was the best. I think that was the best.
it was a third person one though. This was a third person one, and it had so much stuff. I had UC, and I think the later game had they added some
yeah,
stuff.
and
from, like,
it was
Double O and all that stuff. Yeah.
Oh,
what was it called?
I
Zeon?
know what
It
you're
was-
talking about. It had a crossbone.
It's like and it was
double O
Battle,
units.
it's not that operational.
it was like battle of like it was like something advanced. Or
I
something
think
like that.
Bubby played it a lot,
Ah,
didn't he?
see, that
Bubby
was-
was a big fan of it. Like, he really liked playing
What
it.
was it called? Oh man, I have to find it because now what is it
Now I
called?
understand. It was called like
And-
battle something.
I have the one. I have the one on PS Vita actually. This oddly enough,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Gundam
yeah,
Speed
yeah.
one. This one is called Mobile Suit Gundam Battle Destiny.
Battle Destiny.
So it's called something. Battle something. I forgot what it's called. Oh.
Yeah, not that.
It's not that same style, but it's not that.
Yeah, it's you pilot the other mobile suits from different games and things.
Yeah,
Yes,
like
the maps.
They even
Like-
had Lancelot in there.
You go to the edge of the map to enter a different field. Like if you want to
Yeah,
progress
yeah,
the map,
yeah.
What is it called?
It's
Oh
a
my
soul.
God!
Hey, whoa, hey,
Super
Assault
Pokemon
Survive?
Lord.
Is it Assault Survive?
Maybe.
Gundam Battle, Gundam Assault. I think it might be Gundam Assault. I think that's what it was called, Gundam Assault or something.
Assault Survive.
And there's Assault Survive was the latest one.
Okay.
Was it?
So yeah, we were talking about the
Yeah,
same thing. Yeah,
no,
that's one Bubby.
no,
No.
it is not Assault Survive because
Well,
it's
whoever-
not a Gundam game.
Oh,
Sure.
Oh, it's not a Gundam game. I thought you were talking about the
Strictly.
Gundam one. Okay. Or,
No.
Okay.
It's a game for PSP, and I'm gonna look up mecha games for PSP. Mecha PSP, and
And you can play as like it's third person, same style kind of, but it's not. You can play as other mechs from different
There it
shows.
is.
Like you can play
Another
as the guy
Century.
from. Oh.
Another Century.
you remember now? Another
Yes.
Century Portable. This
Yes.
was the shit.
I think there was one on PS3, so that was really good too.
Yeah. See, it even has the one from what's it called? The anime that Brandon likes.
Victory?
Yes.
With the surfboards.
Oh, Eureka 7.
Oh, Reka 7?
Yeah, it even has
I like
that
the
kind
Reka
of
7.
Nearbosh, yeah.
It has the Nirvash in there. It has Lancelot. It has the
Macross.
thing from across.
Yeah.
Another
Yeah,
Century.
right.
This was fire.
I remember the cutscenes being the intro scene being really, really good too.
I love this game so much. Another Century Portable was my A.
Yeah, I love Another Century. I actually
Wait, there's
had
another.
it on
They have one for
PlayStation 3.
PS2.
Yeah, it's a series. I had it for I had episode R. And episode R was pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
episode R.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have it right now. Yeah. I'll tell you what was pretty good too though was Side Stories. Remember T-Von?
Gundam side stories. Well, that was fun because it was actually canon. Being able to play as the
Was it canon?
slave wraith, and you find yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
This was alright.
It happened during the Battle of Jaburo. You find White Base. Madarak
Yo.
was supposed to go on the White Base.
Yeah, we
and
need to
didn't
talk
make it.
about we need to talk about some of the war crimes that was committed during that war. And it's crazy because the 1 week war was what in January. And it was only a week and half the population died in that 1 week. Just think
Wasn't
about
that
that.
That was a space battle, right?
The Battle of Loom. The colony drop
that
Battle of
was
Loom.
during the 1 week war, right?
Yeah. That's where they gassed the colony and they dropped it over in
Set the
Australia.
drop the colony.
Yeah.
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 You can never catch a break.
Look,
They always-
I mean, like, look, let's be honest here.
Honestly, Space Noise had it horrible, bro. These literally Space Noise had the worst time of their lives. The only colonies got destroyed in the war, bro, for just literally existing because they had military bases on them.
It's not really
Yeah.
that. I mean, like, look, you
Yeah,
have.
you know what I mean?
But, but here's the thing:
Bodies
you
for no
have
reason.
you have one side that has a very corrupt government that was doing things
Right.
just to, man. No, look. I'm not going to be picking sides here because I'm going to be fair. You have one side that was very corrupt, but you also had another side that was very fascist.
Bruh.
So, and the one thing I liked about Gundam, it actually respectively talked about each of their point of views. So,
Ain't nobody care about the Titan point of view.
about who? No, I think
Titans'
Titans.
point
I
of
think
view.
Titans was worse. I really do think Titans was worse.
The Titans are messed up. They're
Titans
bad.
are real messed up, man.
They're
Oh.
bad.
Of all the organizations between the AU, the Titans, and just like the mess in the UC era was hilarious. It was just always just something dumb. They'd fight over the dumbest things.
Mm.
And it doesn't get any better. It doesn't get any better. With,
one thing I
the
like.
other series.
One thing I like is that they're using like Hyzax as part of their military.
This man, they used whatever they could.
No,
Like
it's not that. I
Part 2.
think they did it because it was cheap. Because after 0083.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I mean, think about this.
We're not
So
gonna talk about the
the-
gun tanks. Yeah, cheaper.
So the reason why I brought up the Battle of Loom was because the thing with like Gundam, like the 1 Year War and stuff like that, the Universal Century, it lines up with our world. You know, like it talks about Hitler, it talks about Napoleon. It talks about, remember, Garen was actually compared to one. Remember, it was compared to them, and whenever Digwin, the father, told Garen that, Garen was like, those were just people of the past. We're the future. And the thing with Digwin, like, he was looking at him, he was like, well, you know, these people probably thought the same thing. And what's crazy is that, like I said, like the point of view, the one thing I like about Gundam, about, you know, showing his point of view on both sides, it really tries not to show each side being bad. But it doesn't try to make him look good either. You know?
Yeah. That's what you're saying. It's just like, it's just... That's the thing, though. The Principality of Zeon isn't what Zeon is trying, or the whole point of what Zeon is supposed to be. So when I see the shows and I watch all the other series and I keep going through the timelines, the UC timeline, all those other guys who are like next level corrupt and it's evil, doing some messed up stuff, I don't consider that to be what Zeon is about.
Right.
It's more like when it's closer to when Char is in charge or something like that. That's more like what Zeon is supposed to be, except it ends up with him usually taking it too far.
And I really don't think he
But
did
that
it for
usually leads to
Zeon.
his own internal. Well,
I don't think he cared. I think he was
think
just
he
wanted
did.
to get. I
He did.
think he wanted to get that one up on Amuro, to be truthful. Otherwise, he wouldn't be giving him, you know.
No, but he had nothing to do with Amuro. Even in Char's counterattack, it had nothing to really do with Amuro until Amuro started messing stuff up even worse. Because I think he didn't realize how he kept on underestimating how strong Amuro is, and then as soon as Amuro starts tearing stuff up, just running through, messing everything up, then he goes like, "Oh my goodness, this again. Here we go again. Fine, you have my attention." Then he directs all his attention to Amuro because he was saying it could have been, because I know he's gone through initially it was meant to just get back at the Zabi family,
Right.
and then after that, his Zeta Gundam was when he was the strongest with his faith in Zeon Rem Daikun. Like he was. That's when he was strongest for, when he joined AUG, because he really, really was actually trying to give Space Noid's independence and peace. He was trying. And then the ending of Zeta Gundam really messed with his mind. What happened to Camille really messed him up. Camille gave him hope in humanity.
All I know
Amuro and Camille at that point in time gave him hope in humanity. And then it all got messed up because Haman showed up, and then Shirako shows up because he's out of nowhere, another Titan with deep pockets, making really messed up stuff, and then trying to just do stuff for the heck of fun.
You know what's crazy?
Corrupting his own crew for the heck of... Yeah, like he's a psycho.
What's crazy
He's
is that
actually a psycho.
he's just a civilian, isn't he?
No,
Like-
he was more than a civilian because he was a new type, and he was also from Jupiter. So he
Well, the
he-
man
he-
from
right,
Jupiter is
He
what
was
they
an
call him.
engineer.
Yeah, but like
Yeah,
he
was an
worked
engineer
for a
like
private
Camille
company,
Amuro. Like he
and
could.
he
yeah.
only used and designed his own mobile suits. So technically, his mobile suits are privately made, like
fine-tuned
civilian made.
in his image. I guess that's true. Yeah.
What are we
they have-
talking about?
We're talking about Papta Mishrako because we're talking about
Oh,
Look,
how he just added more mess.
all I gotta say is this: the
to,
tension with the Earth Federation and Zeon has always been there, always. But after watching Origins,
Yeah, like these guys believe they believe they're fighting towards a better future. The troops really did believe they were fighting towards a better future. No one had an idea what was going on behind the scenes other than the higher ups.
right? And let's be honest here, like nobody really wants to see themselves as the bad guy. To be honest with you, I think Dozel was probably the only redeemable zombie.
Yeah, you know what? Dozel was a real homie.
Dozel was a real
Dozel
homie.
was actually a real homie.
Garma,
I like him. He's
Yo, you know,
cool.
Garma was wanting everything to be
hey,
served to him on a silver platter, but at the same time, he wanted to prove his family, like, hey, you know what? I could do it too. And I remember a scene where
bro, they would have lost.
Who would have lost?
The Gundam was destroyed that day.
Well,
The Gundam should have been destroyed that day.
you
It
know
was just plot armor that the Zeon should have won. It's like Star Wars. The Empire should have won.
You know what? And
There's no way.
that brings us to our next topic. Actually, why did Zeon fail in the war? Why did they lose the war? Why did Zeon lose the war? Like, why did they fail?
On paper, according to canon, they're running out of resources and spending too much money on mobile suit development.
That's not too far. That's not too far fetched. It's. I mean, they were spending a crap ton of money on the Gian.
The Federation was. The Federation was in the same position.
Not
But
really,
because
man.
of the Federation, they somehow just have an immense amount of money out of nowhere, and all of a sudden, ba-boom! Oh shit! We have a ton of money. We have a ton of mobile suits. We can make a bunch of ships out of nowhere. We have White Base, which really wasn't that strong. Zeon already had stuff that was like far beyond the capabilities of what the White Base was.
Well, when it
we
came,
already know what saved the White Base multiple times.
Yeah,
but like plot armor,
mostly.
plot armor.
I mean, it was already written in stone.
Armor,
obviously, it was already written in stone. But
like it was cool seeing. Yeah, like it was cool seeing him be. There was a lot of character development. He was a well-written character. Don't get me wrong. The fighting and the way he lost. Yeah, he was awesome. But Federation should have lost the 1 year war. I'm just being honest. Like they just.
No,
but we have to drive the story forward, right? The story became what it is today because they let that happen.
Well, whenever the Earth Federation upgraded, they spent a lot of money on their ships. All their weapons, all their cannons was all
barely
ballistic. So they had to upgrade all their ships from that into they went from conventional weaponry to all beam weapons. So they had to drop a lot of pockets on that. Yeah. So
with that being said, you know what though? But with that being said, the EF, I've noticed though, what they did was they made a ton of cheap mobile suits. This chucked them forward. This chucked them ahead of on the front lines, World War II style. And then behind the scenes, they were just analyzing and taking data from Amuro's Gundam and developing high-performance mobile suits behind the scenes.
I ain't gonna lie.
I guess in the end, makes sense. It makes sense. It could have gone both ways.
I really like the science that they put into this, where, like nowadays, I mean, T-Von, you and I both know, they could, like, there's ships out there that could fire a missile before they could even have an enemy in sight. For real, right? Like,
yeah.
I mean, we're not in a Navy. I don't know anything about Navy, but I do know about, like, warfare where, like, you want to hit your enemy first, by all means.
And the Solomon, not Solomon. I forgot what it was called, but the solar array. I think it was Luna too.
Well, not the solar array, but you got to think, like, when there's so many mobile suits or ships in a certain area, because the Minovsky particles, it interacted with radar, so it made it harder to shoot missiles, and they had to pretty much, like, eyeball it like it was World War II style, like you were saying.
The mobile suits
they legitimately brought back, they brought back, dogfights. And that's why, that's why I thought it was interesting that they brought that up, because I was watching, I was like, man, why they could just shoot? I mean, they could just fire.
Yeah, the Minovsky particle thing. Yeah, that was a really well thought out theory.
And not only that, but whenever I was watching during the Battle of Loom, or at least part of it, it's part of the battle, they sent their Musais up against the Federation fleet, with the Chivvies and their other ships, and they were exchanging fire, but pretty dang close to each other. But there was so much Bolonsky particles in the area. They actually had a second fleet, another fleet hidden somewhere that was carrying the mobile suits, which that's where Char was in, and knocked out 5 of his 5 ships.
What ship was what ship made you cry that was destroyed? Basically, which ship that was destroyed made you cry because it was destroyed?
Oh, Reinforced Junior, hands down.
Reinforced what?
It's from Victory Gundam.
Oh,
but that was a depressing show, man. That just broke the line for me.
That show got dark fast.
Oh man, dude, that nobody was safe. It was like, it reminds me of Iron Blooded Orphans a little bit.
Yeah,
it
was like that. Yeah,
but the thing is, like, I think Zeon failed. Like I said, I think the tension was always there. I think Char really escalated it, especially when they attacked the base. Remember in Origins, they attacked the Federation base.
Which base? Because there's a lot of bases that were attacked in this.
Yeah, I know.
So
I forgot what it was. But you seen Gundam Origins. It was basically where Char and Garma took the cadets to attack a Federation armory.
Oh, and they just rushed it on foot.
Yeah, they basically did it on foot.
Yeah.
Which I gotta make a rant. I really think the Musai should be
kill.
Oh, kill, dude! He cold-bloodedly killed that one guy. Oh, kid.
No, but Char liked Garma though. Char actually liked Garma.
He did.
Char's had too much conviction. He's gone too far. He's been through too much to stop.
Yeah, and that's what keeps.
There's no going back.
Yeah. Hey, so what do you think? So his name. Oh, go ahead. My bad, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, buddy.
What? Oh, I said we could both agree that fucking Char would get beat by Zex Marquise, right?
No.
Different technology, different universe. In my opinion. So I don't know if that's even. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep it like.
Yeah, what happened to Wing Gundam and Gundam Wing was just some of the stuff that they let that slide in that show. Will not have slide. It will not have slid in Yoshiyuki's.
What you mean? At least it's not C.
No. I do got a question though. So, do you think that Char's persona? So remember Batman being at a party and everybody was wearing masks, but Bruce Wayne wasn't, because he considers Bruce Wayne as his mask and Batman as himself. So do you think that Char considers himself as Char, or is Casfell pretty much his mask? What do you think? He doesn't use
Casfell anymore, so I think Char is his mask.
Well, I'm saying, do you think? What I'm saying is that, do you think Casfell is his mask? Like, Casfell is not him, but he thinks Char is him. That's what I mean.
I think Char is the mask.
You think Char is the mask? Man, dude, if you think about that. He's been playing that act for many, many years, just pretending to be somebody else, in a way.
Man, he wasn't even trying. People were just so stuck up in their ways and caught up in their fantasies that even when he was in their face telling them he's not Char, he's somebody else. He's Caswell. Even when he was one, and people were just not listening.
I just think it's crazy.
Even when he was Quattro, like Char, it's Char. Like, Camille knew it was Char right from the get-go.
Yeah. I don't know.
I do gotta put out a rant out there.
I still think.
You go ahead.
I still think that I like the Ghost of Zeon more than Original Star.
The Ghost of Zeon?
Oh, like Full Frontal?
Yeah. Yes, I like Full Frontal more.
Well, yeah, because he was basically what Char was before his emotions gets the better of him. There's no emotional
attachments.
Yeah, there's no vulnerability. He's just straight up This is what's gonna happen. I don't
Man, I
care
just
about
feel
none of
sorry for
y'all.
the dude he had
And
to
you just-
become the next shard because they were doing experiments to pretty much
He had big shoes to fill.
yeah.
I mean, he felt some shits when he was in Cycle Zeon.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah, but
The Neo Zeon was that was a pretty cool thing to see though. That was if that thing won. Oh my goodness.
Bruh, it would have been over.
That's what I'm saying. Like you see, it's the plot armor. That stuff happens.
Bruh,
Like I know that's the
if
point of
it-
the story. It's like, go ahead.
literally, if it won, it literally would have been over for like everyone.
Everyone. Yeah, I agree.
It was just so powerful to the point it was just like, what the fuck.
The Gundam story, Gundam's premise about the new type theory is about like understanding is more powerful than anything. So,
Bruh,
yeah, like I know that's
I mean,
the
if
point of
it-
the story.
was-
It's like
was
a frame thing.
narrative was narrative
Go ahead.
around at that time? Literally, I mean,
Narrative was right after.
if it won, was it made during that time? It was made after.
no narrative.
Narrative happened after.
No, narrative was actually the
No,
prototype.
MT, yeah.
Yeah, it was a prototype for actually New Gundam.
Oh,
Like it's old.
They said it was
It is
roaming
old.
at
No,
some
it's
point.
old. It's old.
so it's been roaming this whole time.
Yeah, they just brought it out of storage. And was like,
Wait,
well, we have a spare Gundam.
Didn't narrative happen afterwards?
No,
could've
okay.
sworn it could've-
No. Oh,
Remember,
I thought you were talking about the
They
mobile
dropped
suit.
that
No,
colony.
the story itself. Yes, it did happen afterwards. Yes, I thought you mean the mobile
Yeah,
suit.
I'm talking about the mobile suit itself. Like,
No, the
it
mobile suit
roaming.
was built before New Gundam.
Yeah.
It's an older suit.
Wait, isn't that more related to Unicorn than it is New Gundam?
No, it's related
Are you
more
saying
to
the mobile suit itself was made before New Gundam?
Yeah, the mobile suit itself was made before New Gundam.
Wait. So let me get this shit straight. That shit was built before New Gundam, but doesn't have the same technology. Excuse me?
No, so the point of it was built to be a prototype. Yes, and the reason why it was built the way it was because it was using a core fighter. So they couldn't really give it that 360 monitor screen because it was
You can't have a full-on cycle
So you're
frame
trying
either.
to tell me, baby, so Unicorn's predecessor, basically its father, doesn't have all the capabilities.
Well, Unicorn's predecessor is the it's the
Talking about Phoenix,
Stein.
bro.
It's the
Sinanju.
Stein. Yeah. Well, no, not Sinanju.
Yeah.
It's the Stein and the Hainu.
Well, the Sinanju Stein. It's still a Sinanju, no? Sinanju is just basically
Yeah, it's still.
Sinanju.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sinanju
Yeah.
basically is the same thing as Stein, except it was just another one
Upgraded.
made for. Yeah, it's just a completed one,
Well,
not no longer a
customized,
prototype. It's just like a completed one.
Hey,
Yeah.
there's something I do
Wait,
want to talk about though.
So,
Go
but
ahead.
wait, so it was roaming this whole. It was roaming this whole time during the whole war.
Yeah, it's
It was
been
just chilling,
around.
it was chilling in the facility at Anaheim.
No,
Like it was.
not that. Remember it. Okay, in narrative, they try to capture it, right? It's roaming by itself, is what I'm
Oh,
saying.
you're talking about Phoenix.
So was it roaming? Yes. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the Gundam. I'm talking about Phoenix.
Oh, that's why'd you say narrative Gundam?
No one gives a
That's
fuck about
you know what? That's narrative Gundam. It's a thing. Narrative Gundam is a Gundam.
Put it
Talking
under
about the show, then yeah.
ground.
Well, it's important because it's RX-93. It's New Gundam. This New Gundam is the first Gundam to like start utilizing a cycle frame built integrated into it. They
that's like-
pioneered that. It started doing that, and after we had some mobile suits had smaller portions of cycle frames. I know the Regiz had a smaller cycle frame, like not as full as some other ones. But I think
Didn't
Zeon had
Psycho-
the technology first.
Didn't Psycho Gundam have it? Well,
Cycle Gundam, I think it got its name from the Cyber New type setup it had in there, from using the headgear, using the brainwaves. I think that's where it got it from.
So
Cycle frame is the what you call it?
so
Yeah, go ahead,
Phoenix
Brandon.
was
You know more
literally
about it.
roaming around during the war, is what you're telling me.
Yes.
So
I would
I'm
say.
reading
I
a
think
little
it
bit.
was hidden.
I was reading a little bit of the lore history, and it says here in December 3rd, UC 95, the Phoenix was deployed with
What?
Banshee Unit 2 in the Soul Zone. And due to reports of a Neo Zeon performance test, it then encountered the Sleeves and engaged in a heated combat with the Weebawu. After repelling it, the cycle frame remnants and the Banshee and the Weebawu caused the Phoenix to become uncontrollable. It attacked the Banshee, damaging it, and then transformed into the destroy mode before destroying the bridge of the mothership of the Irish class with its armed armor DE. It went missing afterwards and only to reappear a year and a half later in UC 97. So it's been floating around in space for a year and a half. That is
the 1 year war happened.
0079.
So it's been a minute.
Yeah. Narrative. I know narrative's old. Narrative's like I said, it's before.
Wait a second.
Hmm.
So, okay, so wait a second. When was New Gundam in operation?
It was made just for that war, the Axis War.
Yeah.
For Char's counterattack. That's when it was like when you watch Char's counterattack, it wasn't even done being built completely.
It was.
So
It was
what year
rushed
was that?
0093.
Yeah.
And if you ever forget the years too, you can just use the Gundam's designation to remember what year it was.
Hey,
Yeah, I
So,
think
yeah,
which is
it was,
which is funny. It is a real world thing too. Like the military will actually use the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
All of
actually a
them,
real thing.
like the AK-47.
Mm-hmm.
The game, it gets the same from like weapon the year,
Or
the
the-
manufacturing year or whatever, something like that.
Or the M1911.
Or the way yours are developed or something. Yeah, exactly. It's like
Yeah.
it's cool, and I think that's what Gundam was doing. I think Yoshiyuki Tomino knew that. He was like, he wanted it to be relatable to real life. So, because I know the 1 year war in like Mobile Suit Gundam was off the premise of World War II, correct? If I'm not mistaken, the aesthetic.
So they say, and I
All
gotta.
was inspired.
Yeah, and I gotta say, man, like I gotta put onto this. Zeon, I do like their uniforms, but at the same time, I'm very uncomfortable with their uniforms. Because you know what they're based off of.
I don't connect it too much to real life.
I know you don't.
I
but
mean,
I was like, I like it, but man.
I will say this with confidence. As messed up as the Germans would have been in World War II, I think their technology was absolutely fascinating, and I will
absolutely.
stand by that.
Absolutely.
So that's honestly why I like Zeon so much. Yes, they were kind of designed around, Axis, but
And the Zaku,
aesthetics are aesthetics.
the Zaku was
Bro,
definitely the most perfect.
So you mean to tell me that three years later, after Char's counterattack, is when all the bullshit popped up again?
Yeah, it didn't
Yeah.
stop. It didn't end there. It just kept on happening. That's just what happens. The
So,
cycle never
Amuro-
ends.
And we both know that. Well, Amuro went missing in action, right?
He's but they confirmed they're
Apparently
dead.
they're dead, but they're not dead.
They
No
confirmed
one's saying
it.
anything. But I'm pretty sure they're dead.
I think they confirmed
Pretty
it.
sure.
I think they confirmed it that they're dead.
So I don't think they're dead because the people said that they didn't die because of the T pressure bullshit.
Yeah. I'll do like a quick fact check, but
Oh, yeah, he died. It says he's deceased. March 12th, 0093.
Huh.
yeah.
Huh? Yeah.
So they both died during that.
Yeah, they both died. I gotta say this real
What
quick.
a way to go out.
Yeah, with a big old meteor just crashing you down on the earth. I do got to say this though, the Zaku design definitely perfect for Zeon. It was made for hit and runs. and especially with a small group as Zeon, that's definitely what you have to do in order to win a war. Especially you have a small group, you want to hit your enemy who is much larger, who has much more resources than you. Hit him as hard as you can and just bail. That's pretty much like the premise of guerrilla warfare, and guerrilla warfare is probably like one of the hardest to fight. I mean, look at the Vietnam War.
Damn, bro, this is a lot of strong lawsuits.
Yeah, they were ahead of the game. And
I mean,
I think they were outnumbered. I think they were outnumbered 3-1, weren't they? 3-1, 5-1, something like that. Like they were really outnumbered during Zeon. Yeah. And
they got bodies left and right, though.
Yeah, and the one thing is that they had the opportunity. They had the opportunity to end the war at any point of time. And they wanted to, and they basically made it kept going. I
like dropping colonies on people. My favorite.
The point of it is that they did that to not only to what the main point of it was to hit Drabro, the main Earth Federation base.
Space nukes.
Yeah, it's basically a space nuke, and not only that they were successfully doing it, but they managed to fight through the whole fleet. And Zeon had a smaller fleet, which is it takes some. I got to rant about this. I really think the Zeon should be reclassed, maybe to like a light carrier.
You think?
I think
Zeon
so.
should be what?
The Musai ship should be kind of like reclassed, but that's just a personal take. It has really no anti-air missiles. That's about it. It focuses
because it relied on mobile suits. Mobile suits were the anti-air. That's why it could hold so many compared to the what you call it?
Like 5 at most, but
So
3 of it.
Shive?
The Chivy, yeah, but Chivy is like an older ship. Chivy's an older ship. Like it doesn't even have a launch bay like the Musai would have. The Chivy was around before.
The Musai was
they used like
the Musai Kai or something. They removed
what's
hangar
crazy.
space. They added hangar space and they removed one of the cannons.
What's crazy is that like I was telling you about, like, man, I was just doing all this research on the Salamis and Musai. In order for them to fit the Dom and the Musai, they would have to. It's basically the Rick Dom took up 2 spaces of a Zaku.
Yeah, that's when they had to stop. Things got a little more difficult.
Well, not only that, but like they had to, in order to make room, they had to remove a cannon. So some Musais will be rolling out with 2 mega beam particle cannons instead for 3.
Oh, which guy was supposed to get a Rick Dom but didn't get it in time, so he died?
Raul. That's another reason why they lost. I think if Raul really got the Doms before he died, they would have gotten the Gundam and they would have won the war. I really do think that.
Nah,
I do
Raul's
think
pride got him killed.
No, I think
Raul
because
didn't have to die.
No, because Raul was requesting mobile suits, especially the new models, and they told him no. And that's when he went out, and Raul went in like a badass in person and managed to get inside of the white base. But I think if he was able to get the new mobile suits in time, I think they would have won the war. Dude, there were so many aspects that, to be honest with you, that doesn't even have to include the Gundam. The Gundam was just the killing factor.
Hey, Rama pilots the Goof, right?
Huh? Yeah. He piloted the Goof.
Piloted that blue Goof, right?
Yeah.
That went against the EDA and lost.
That's the.
No, that was somebody
custom.
else. That was Norris Packard.
Norris Packard,
oh.
yeah.
Yo, Norris Packard going to Dom?
Bro.
Oh, that would have been dangerous. That would have been bad.
Yeah.
Honestly, that would have been really bad.
Fucking a high mobility type Dom, it would have been over.
Dude, I think the Dom was like replacing the Goof, wasn't it?
Yeah. No. The Goof replaced the Zaku, and after the Dom just replaced everything. It just became the mainline. It just became the mainline mobile suit after seeing
And that's another
what the
thing.
Black Tri-Stars can
That's
do.
another thing. Like during Abawaku, man, the Gilgooks, mostly piloted by trainees, man. I don't know. I would have just
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying. The fight with Amuro, like with the Doms, if it wasn't for plot armor and new type, oh my
New type
god, those Doms
energy.
would have slaughtered. The Doms
Yeah.
should have slaughtered the Gundam easily,
All right, well,
easily.
let's
Because the
go.
Doms could have moved just as fast as the Gundam was. They could have hopped around and ducked and dived just as fast as the Gundam could have.
Hey, all right. So let's go to our next segment. While we still have a little bit of time left. So, Tivon, do you like Evangelion?
So,
You like Evangelion?
the Magellan?
Evangelion. Neo Genesis
Oh,
Evangelion.
Evangelion.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
Bro, you saw the last movie?
You know what? I have not seen anything past the
Bro,
second movie.
it is fire.
I heard it was pretty good.
Fire.
Well,
Flames. I cried.
4
Well-
movies, right?
Yes,
would you
I
like it?
I was trying to hold out till I can buy them.
bro.
Would
I
you
cried.
would you like it enough to buy a $7,000 jacket?
No. I don't
Well-
like anything that much to buy.
Well, they have a
$7,000.
clothing line for Evangelion, and dude, it comes with like glowing eyes and everything, dude, for $7,000. That is crazy. That's a little overpriced in my opinion for me.
What?
You know
Which
how to
company?
happen on it.
I'm looking them up right now.
Undercover.
Which company?
That's what they're called. Undercover.
Yeah,
Undercover.
Undercover. Yeah, it's Undercover's new line. The Evangelion inspired outfits are now available for sale. I ain't gonna lie, it's pretty awesome. They
That's
look
RGB
nice.
eyes, bro.
Yeah, it's the glowing eyes, and I want to pay $7,000 for it, man. That's great. That's wow. And also other news, the X. You see it?
Yeah, I'm seeing it now.
You see it?
As cool as it is, it's not. It doesn't look that great in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's
It's
it looks very
cool.
tacky.
Yeah, it does look tacky.
It's cool that it
It's
exists.
cool. Yeah, it's cool that it exists. That's what I mean.
I wouldn't go about wearing that, but it looks nice.
I don't know, Tivon. That looks a little bit like your style.
Is it cool? What the hell?
I don't know. Hey, imagine like walking
The
out.
outfits for the
and,
women
like,
looked good. Because
Oh,
it was like,
yeah.
they had like a
yeah, but like if
The
you're
outfit for
going
the women
to,
looked okay.
but let's say you're riding on a train.
The long coat.
Yeah, let's say you're riding on a train and you're like, man, I need to put my hoodie on. You just put your
Yeah.
hoodie in, like people are like looking at you. You just see glowing eyes.
That the headdress and the glowing eyes. That's tacky as hell. Like
Yeah.
why?
Another thing is
But
that
otherwise, it's nice.
the Xbox Series X, man, they actually made the fridge. Xbox Series X fridge.
Well, yeah. I heard there's a SpongeBob one or a SpongeBob version of the Xbox Series X as well.
I did not heard about
It's really
that.
funny.
But what's crazy is
Let me
that
see if
it's
that's-
sold
I've
out.
seen it.
It's sold out everywhere within like 30 seconds to only a few minutes. Like it's sold out almost immediately everywhere.
Well, yeah. Look at the Halo one too.
Yeah.
Prices. Yeah.
Wait,
Sell it
what?
back
I don't
for
know.
$3,000.
Scalpers.
Yeah.
$3,000? People got
Yeah.
that. Yeah, it's
Scalpers,
that.
bro.
Yeah, it's that pandemic.
Everybody got that scalp internet now because people started crypto mining.
I love it.
I ain't gonna lie, but
I love it.
hey,
so
by the
much.
way, like we're not giving out any financial advice. By the way, we want to make sure we get that out there. But just the crypto market seems pretty interesting to look at. Again, not giving out any financial advice. I don't know, and you know what, man? I've been looking over, and I was talking to this about you about this, Tivon, about like the civilian mobile suits that's out there, and man, I was like comparing it like in other worlds. Seed has to be the best place to get a civilian mobile suit, and that's crazy to be honest.
The Ashtray series is broken.
Ashtray series is broken, so you know you
All
have
of them are
in
broken.
so like in Gundam Seed, you know you have the DSSD Astray, which was used in Stargazer, which by the way, Stargazer also a civilian mobile suit.
Ironically, the Stargazer is an Ashtray, which is weird.
Really?
Yeah, it is.
I gotta double check you
It's
on that,
strong
man.
as fuck, too.
Forgive me when I say that, but I gotta
It's an
double check.
asteroid. So
Would it be
it's an
classified under a
asteroid.
stray? You know what?
Should be.
I could see why. But
I mean, it is. It's an asteroid with armor pieces on top. That's like saying the blue asteroid is not an asteroid. Or Akatsumina was not an asteroid. It's an asteroid just with different pieces on it. The green frame is one of the most mysterious ones. Because nobody knows what that thing was up to. At all.
yeah,
It was just like, well, it was on a...
I mean, he uses a beam
It was on a
pistol from the
battlefield.
Astray, but see, one thing I think is really interesting is that it comes with nanomachine, so it could repair itself.
They can
I
repair
think
themselves? Strays, can they repair themselves?
Yeah, no, Stargazer can.
No. Stargazer
Oh, you scared me for a second.
does. No. Stargazer does. But the crazy thing is that the fact that it has nanomachine sucks. Now think of it if it could increase the output of those. It's literally immortal.
You know,
Well, I understand why it would have nanomachine stuff because it's a space voyage mobile suit.
you know what's really
Log space voyages.
yeah, and it basically teleported. Like whenever it got hit with that beam, like it basically went to like the fifth dimension or something. I mean, obviously it didn't. It went through Jupiter, I think, right? Or Mars? I think Mars.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's crazy. Think about it, man. Some Gundam series, they had the ability to just go to in a whole nother world, especially like Turn A. But interesting enough, in Turn A,
You don't talk about Turn 8 here.
No, I like Turn A. Turn A has some like civilian mobile suits as well, like the Jetstream.
Zeon.
TiVo has a respect some Turn A.
A.
Turn A.
You have resentment towards Turn A.
No, he loves Turn A.
Wait. No, I think Turn A is one of the most amazing designs, the most amazing concepts, the most amazing...
This guy.
Like, I think Turn A is really cool. Like, it matches...
Sombrero Gundam.
I love
It's
Mustache
amazing.
Sombrero Gundam. I think it's such a cool design, and I'm glad they didn't stick with the typical Gundam design. It looked like it lived up to its name because they made it in a way that civilizations turned it into a god, and it looked like a deity. And then when you see it in the show, they really find it. It's like, holy smokes! It looks like the scriptures on the wall. Except it's a full-size machine.
Well,
You know, and it's like using super futuristic.
All the lights.
But who do you think
I think it's cool. I like
who do you
it.
think has the best? Like, if you lived out in any universe, like, who do you think had like the best means of getting like a civilian mobile suit? Like, is it Iron Blood Orphans? Is it Gundam Seed? Is it? Honestly, I think anywhere in the Universal Century would be kind of hard, to be honest with you, unless you own a museum like Hayato.
I'm biased as hell because I think
Bro, you see a civilian mobile suit were OP.
were they?
It's like
Where?
they were literally like homologation specials
Where at?
I guess that's true.
Where?
You felt like that.
in general. They
Yeah,
were like
but-
homologation specials.
What were you talking about?
hmm
You see civilian mobile suits
Oh, like the Hobby Hyzak?
just in general. They were just like the Delta series, like
No, but civilians though.
It
I'm
was
talking
just-
about like actual mobile suits
They have
built for like
civilian
colony
Delta.
building, meant for like I don't know, like
they
doing
had, They had
laundry.
a civilian Delta.
They had a civilian Delta.
Yeah, they were with the. Yeah, I told you, there's homologation specials. They weren't playing when they were building these things.
Hmm. You know,
They're just bored.
I gotta say this.
Mhm.
So,
coming from.
what would happen I got to hear a theory, and I got a feeling that T-Von is going to give like the best answer for this. What if the operation to capture the Gundam Mark IIs failed?
Wait,
Hmm.
to capture the Gundam MK2s.
Yeah, like whenever, like let's say,
You know, one that's a tight control.
yeah,
If the
let's
operation
say,
to steal them failed.
yeah, like
Well,
the
I
Titans
can't really
kept it.
see much of a difference.
Like
I
would
understand.
Camille ever join the military, like, or the AU, my bad? Would they ever built
Yeah.
the Zeta?
He would have found a way.
Yeah, but I mean, like, let's say he was never able to, let's say he never bumped into Jarrett on his way to where, like, the Mark II was at. You know, there was no way of, like, let's say, like I said, the operation failed.
I
His
think it was
father
something
would've
similar would have
lived.
happened later because he was still trying to get back with his. He was still trying to figure out what was going on with his parents, and he also had a very deep distaste for the Earth Federation. So, I mean, it would have happened eventually. Camille's not the kind of character to just sit down there quietly twiddling his thumbs. He's always trying to do something. So, yeah, it's a matter of time.
Oh, that reminds me. Did Camille ever get his brain back?
Yeah, he did. It
Eventually.
doesn't show it on the show, but after ZZ Gundam, after Double Zeta, at the end, he gets out of his coma and lives a happy life with what's her name?
Fall.
Fa, yeah.
Fa.
Cool.
Well, hey,
But I remember when
and
he
the funny
getting
part was that
slapped
she
around.
kept the Methus. She kept the Methus.
Where?
They did?
Yeah, she flew off with the Methus, remember? To, with Camille. To the colony.
Oh, she didn't keep it. I thought you meant she kept it afterwards. Like, dude, who knows where that is? It probably got reclaimed by the.
I don't know, man.
Probably got taken away.
Remember Judo kept the double Zeta.
You didn't keep it. What? The Methus left and didn't come back. They didn't have the Methus anymore. They left after she left. It was gone.
Dude, it's been a long time.
Yeah, the Methus was not there. Yeah,
Oh, man,
it was
it's been a long
gone.
time.
After it left, it was gone.
Oh, they should have
Methus
kept
disappeared
it, man.
after she left.
They should have kept it.
No, they should not have. The Methus is weak. I love the Methus. But
They
it's
would
weak.
at
It
least
is
have
not
a
good
mobile suit. They at least would have had a mobile suit.
It is not. It is a weak ass mobile suit, whether or not you like it or not. No matter how much you like it, no matter how much I like
it is, but
the
if
Methus
you were,
is weak as
it
hell.
is. I admit it is. Well, I'm just saying, if they would have went off somewhere happily ever after, I would have been more comfortable with a happily ever after if I'm with a mobile suit by my side, just in case if someone want to, I don't know, drop a colony or gas it.
What's the Methus for you when a colony drops? It's just gonna fall apart as you're flying away.
Yeah. Escape pod.
No, but I see what you're saying. I like it. It holds a special spot in my heart. But come on, let's be real. Every single time she flew out in it, she lost a limb. No, the mobile suit was just getting.
I think
it was weak. It was just
I think Gundam
test
Battle
bed.
Operations is the only game that ever did it justice. To be honest with you,
Justice. I don't know about Justice.
like the most.
It actually made it too strong.
You think so?
It made it too strong, in my opinion.
So they gave it
Yeah.
justice.
It's not that powerful. No, giving it two clay bazookas, overcharged pistol shots. Yeah, it doesn't do that. If they made a raid, and
we
then
need
gave
to
it
make
the
it. We need
blades,
to. Yeah, we need to
the
give it like
multiple
6
knives?
blades. Yeah, 6
yeah,
beam
if they did
sabers. That's
that
a
and
little
they made
overpowered.
raid- Yeah, it should have been more like the playstyle of F for each snide. It should have been like that, where you run around and you can you have your melee and then you can throw the blades, or you can be a support unit or something. Like maybe you can auxiliary link to an ally and give them an attack boost as long as you're connected.
Right.
But the trade-off is that you guys are always sticking close together, so you're at risk of getting more damage or taking shots. That would have been cool.
I think it was a very interesting mobile suit. They were just trying to, simplify Zeta's transformation.
It worked.
Oh, it worked.
Yeah, it worked definitely because Methus's data was used in so many mobile suits. I think even the Delta the Delta Plus and stuff like that, and the Rizal and all that. I think the data from Methis was used
Oh,
for
dude, the
those, so
Rizal.
it was definitely very crucial.
The Rizal, and they mass
Yeah, I think it was
produced it.
crucial.
Yeah, it was to the point where they could produce it. And the Zeta 2 as well. The Zeta
Yeah,
Mark II,
exactly. It helped.
yeah. Which all it is, I mean, not
Isn't it
to...
crazy though?
Yeah, it is. It really is. But they
isn't
were
it crazy
never
that
able...
Camille,
They were never able to perfect it either. That's the thing. Like,
only Camille perfected it.
only
And it
Camille
wasn't
could
even that
perfected
perfect. Only Camille could do it.
it.
Only a young boy who does karate and flight and glider classes was the man who was able to debunk the transformable Gundam theory.
The boy with a man's name did it.
That's what he wishes. But yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, these guys were engineers. That's so cool. Not even Char was an engineer.
I think he was
Char
too
was
busy
just
trying to get
piggybacking
his...
off of people's technology.
Yeah, but you can't blame him. And dude, what's crazy is that he helped to build Jaburo. That's what's crazy.
He helped what?
He helped build Jaburo.
Char helped build Jaburo?
Yeah.
How did Char help build Jaburo?
Dude, like, I've been like rewatching Origins, and so whenever Char and Garma led the rebellion to attack the Federation base, like on foot, Dozel was like basically like, hey, you know, you're gonna be the fall guy basically, and Char was like, okay, well, if you ever need me to pilot those mobile suits, I'll be more than happy to. And he's like, well, he's actually saying like, you know, like I would like to pilot those mobile suits. And Dozo was like looking at him. He's like, oh, yeah. He's like, dang it, Garma, like you had to give him these secrets because you know mobile suits was a big secret. So except for kicking him out, you know, Char used it as leverage to pretty much like get his hands on these mobile suits. So Dozo was like, you know what, I'm gonna put you on a mission instead. So it made it, I mean, I don't know how long the time span was, like 6 months to a year. But he sent Char down to Earth with the mobile armor to work on the base.
But wait, Jaburo was already compromised after the guys snuck in, though. Even though they snuck in and tried to bomb up the GMs, the intel still got out. So I don't think Char really had any impact on Jaburo at all.
I don't think so either. But he was able to get the location. He was able to know where it was at.
The location was already given away, though.
Was it? Man, that's the thing.
Yeah,
like,
he did
Origins
recon really, before. Yeah,
Origins really really intertwines like weirdly with the main series. That's the thing, man. Because he was there working on the base. So I don't know. Yeah, because I remember
was Char and Jaburo? Why do I not remember that?
It was in Origins.
I don't remember ever even seeing Jaburo.
It was in Origins, and he met...
Yeah, I've watched all the episodes of Origins.
Yeah, that's where he met Lala. He went to like a bar, and he met Lala.
That wasn't in Jaburo.
I'm pretty sure it was Jaburo.
That was not Jaburo.
Alright, I'm gonna fact check myself.
What? Jaburo was on Earth.
Yeah, remember he was sent to Earth.
He found Lala in a brothel.
Well, I'm talking about Origins. I was talking about in Origins, Gundam Origins.
Isn't Gundam Origins where he met Lala, which was in a brothel?
He met her in a casino.
Or casino, sorry. She was from a brothel, but he didn't go there, but she was from there. Yeah.
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 It was something like that, yeah. And then she was helping...
That was not Jaburo.
Bro, I'm pretty sure it was Jaburo.
Man. No way that was Jaburo, because Jaburo's in South America.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna pull it up. Give me a second. Let's see. I might have to rewatch the episode. No, but Dozo did send him to Earth to work on it. Let's see. See where he attacks it. Oh man, I probably have to pull it up. See what you make me do, T-Von? You're making me work for it. Well, I'll correct myself in the next episode. All right. Let's see what we got. Do we have anything else like Gundam Battle Operations? Like we pretty much covered Gundam Battle Operations. Code Fairy. It will be released.
Probably not. As far as I know, at least.
Are you gonna try it out?
I haven't seen anything. I'm definitely gonna get it. It's just I don't know how I feel about what they're doing with it because I want Gundam to be supported, so I want to support them, but I don't want to support anything bad. So I'm gonna see what the release is like. If it's a bad business practice through and through, I'm gonna speak with my wallet. If it's passable, then I'll buy it.
So you're telling everybody to be wary.
Yes, be wary. Do not fall for any franchise's schemes, no matter how much you love them. Be wary.
Yeah, they will take your love for advantage.
Be a smart consumer. Exactly. Be a smart consumer.
Yeah. What about you, Kodo?
Like,
Any word?
I don't recommend. Oh, go ahead.
Did we lose him?
Maybe. I was just gonna say, if you're gonna roll, even if you're gonna play Gundam Battle Operation and buy coins.
Oh my god!
I recommend keeping how much that number low, because eventually you're gonna get your hands on very, very good mobile suits by just playing the game and getting the 3 coins a day and doing the roll. You will get so many good mobile suits that way, even if you don't get the one that's in the actual.
I like banner.
You'll get a lot of other mobile suits from previous banners, anyways.
I like how they're.
It's a very fair game, so you don't have to drop Moolah.
It's very fair until you lose connection. Then they give you like a 10-minute strike.
Well, maybe you shouldn't be playing these games online if your connection's not very good. But
that's a pro tip.
That's another
by the
story
way.
for another time.
That's a pro tip.
Can't blame the servers if you can't connect to them very much.
No. You can't, and man, like I ain't gonna lie, but there's some skilled people on there, dude. Like there's some people that would no life it.
Yeah, there's some people no life it for sure. And you can tell by the way they play.
It's a great game.
It's like, holy smokes, dude, chill.
It's a great game.
Chill, my dude.
It really is. It's a great game. Definitely probably one of the best Gundam games in our time. Definitely when I was younger, it was definitely like Gundam versus Gundam, Gundam versus Zeta Gundam.
Yeah, this game feels balanced as hell.
Yeah.
Compared to other Gundam games I played, it feels so much more balanced than even Gundam Versus. Gundam Versus is ridiculous. It's probably more balanced, honestly, because that game has more going for it. They've given the game a lot of focus. But Battle Operation, I find it's generally the mobile suits are generally true to the real world, the counterparts in the anime, and the way the mobile suits behave is very nice. Like even the ones that are supposed to be fast, they still have that weight to them, but they're just much more maneuverable, and it makes sense. They usually have a ton
you
of
could tell the
thrusters.
difference of weight too. That's the crazy part. Like
Yeah,
you could take a Zaku 2, maneuver with it, and
Yeah.
then you could take and a Nemo. I'm just gonna throw another mobile suit down, a Nemo, and they just gosh, just the difference.
night and day difference. The skills and the effects, the skills that the mobile suits have are true to their little gimmicks they have in the actual anime. Like Balanoke has better radar and stuff like that, very powerful thrusters, very hit and run like, and has the friend or foe, the IFF jammer. So it's you can appear as an ally to the enemy within a certain range, if you're out of sight and they don't look. So you could sneak up on people behind them, and you're gonna think you're an ally coming behind them, and you can just go and hack and slash. It's nice. Those little details are nice.
Although that's one thing I gotta complain about. It is a tactic. The best way to damage the enemy is to stun and then just melee them. Stun, then knock him
See,
down.
I agree with that. But
Yeah.
you could honestly be like stun them, melee them, hop back to a safe distance, shoot them again and stun them, and keep meleeing them. Because with some
Yeah.
mobile suits, you can like fly around. You can fly in a circle around the guy and confuse him while your teammates are shooting him like crazy, and you can just keep slashing him to stun him. After
Yeah,
when you run
and
up,
those,
when you know he's gonna try to run away, you can knock him down.
yeah, and those that don't know what I'm talking about, like imagine you tripping a guy, and as he's laying on the floor, you just stomp kick him for a second, and then you let him get back up, and then you just do it again. Just trip him again and
That
stop
too.
him. That's basically what it is. It's basically what it is. But they give you that small time where you could strike back real quick. Oh, I want to say quick, but you have to find a way to, strike back.
Players are a lot more prone to countering now, though. People seem to be catching on how countering works.
Yeah.
That's one thing I'll say.
Well, I think we got over everything, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we got over
That's pretty
everything.
good.
We got through civilians. We went through the Evangelion jackets. By the way, I like that SpongeBob fridge you sent me.
It's ridiculous.
Oh gosh, I kind of want it now because of that. Oh, who lives in my kitchen? Being 30 below, SpongeBob square fridge.
You're ridiculous.
All right, so we went through Robot Wars. By the way,
Someone's gonna hit you for that one.
yeah, they might copyright.
No, joking.
Yeah, no jokey. Yeah, jokey. Yeah, so as a reminder, as a real quick, as a sum things up before we end the show, Gundam Battle Operations itself is free. You could go on PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5, download it today. I would recommend it if you have it. I mean, it's free. What are you losing? It's definitely fun. It's definitely worth it. The price is free. It's worth it. And you get high quality textures, high quality models. And definitely a pretty...
It's a smoother...
Smoother? Go ahead.
I was gonna say it's a smoother experience on PlayStation 5 for sure.
Oh, for
So
sure.
PS4 with regular PlayStation 4, we got some lag here and there. PlayStation Pro improves on that, but PlayStation 5 you get that smooth frame rate all the way through. So
and get
that's
your
what I've
friends
seen.
on there.
I don't have a PlayStation 5, but yeah.
Yeah, get your friends on there. It's definitely
Exactly.
it's definitely fun with friends. I will say that for sure. I usually tend to get on there whenever you get on there, or whenever I need to level up, which I do need to level up. So we would go play in those higher quality matches. Okay, so that game's already out. As for Gundam Battle Operations Code Fairy, that will be out PlayStation 4 and 5 on November 4th. Again, November 4th. As for Super Robot Wars 30, October 27th, and that'll be out for Steam. I believe PlayStation as well. Usually Super Robot Wars is usually good with Sony. So don't take my word on that, but it is actually releasing on Steam tomorrow on the 27th. If you like Super Robot Wars and you're a PC gamer, I definitely recommend getting it. Again, recommendation. Or if you like SD Generations, you want to play something new. If you guys want the Evangelion jackets, go right ahead. If you guys are looking for the Xbox Series X fridge, they're being sold out everywhere. So if you guys really want one, be quick about it. And just give it, write down in the comments what's your best mobile suits. If you like the show, share it. Give us a thumbs up if you can. I really appreciate you guys who are tuned in and listening. And T-Von, I thank you for coming on tonight with us. Gospel, you too as well.
Glad to be here.
I don't know if you're there, but you're probably ghosting. But alrighty, good night or good morning, everybody who's ever listening, and hopefully you have a wonderful time. Again, see you all later on the next stream. I'm your host, Freedom.